So, Zach, we're recording.
Okay. So I have a theory for you, Tom.
You have a theory for me, Zach. A theory for me today that we're gonna do here on the Interesting Nerd Club.
Yes, I have a theory for you today.
All
For
right,
us to
excellent,
do.
excellent.
So, I have a quote for us to start. Can
Okay, give
I
me the quote.
can I start? Are you ready to type?
Yeah, I am always ready to type. It's a matter of how fast you're going to give the quote to me.
Well, step up. Okay, so of late he often dreamed of wolves. They are talking to me, brother to brother, he told himself when the dire wolves howled. He could almost understand them.
Zach, I,
Not
I I don't I don't know how fast you think I can type. We have this conversation every time, but just if you could take it back, roll it back just a little bit.
Okay. So, brother to brother, he told himself, when the direwolves howled. He could almost understand them. Not quite, not truly, but almost.
Not quite, not truly, but almost. Okay.
As if
Uh,
as if they were singing in the language
there,
he had once known and somehow forgotten. There's a little more.
forgotten. Okay.
The Walders might be scared of them, but the Starks had wolf blood. Old Nan told him so. Though it is stronger in some than in others, she warned.
That's, but other others
Yeah,
born.
she warned.
She,
So
so
this
now that
is
I have
Bran
transcribed all
1.
of Feast for Crows, uh,
Yeah.
or,
Yeah,
or
this is
uh,
Bran
Clash
1
of
of
Kings.
a Feast. No, it's a Feast for Crow. No, it's a Clash of Kings. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah. We
you
just
confused me in
transcribed
a
half the
moment.
book.
Well, it's a good book.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Okay.
to be seen. But this is Bran talking about the things that Onan told him about the Starks of Winterfell.
And everything old Nan says is true.
Of course, like
Crows are
every
all liars.
oh, I trust the old women in my life.
Yeah. Well, the old Nan is like, she says that to Bran. Bran gets up from his dream about the crow, and she's like, crows are all liars. Don't listen to them. So
Yeah.
that'll be another theory. But okay. So dreamed of wolves. Yeah. So Bran has summer at this point. And for anybody new in the audience, Zach and I play this game where he comes up with a theory, or sometimes the other way around, and then I just fumble blindly until he either gives me a ding that I've stumbled into something, or I ask him to deal me a card and give me another clue. So here we're at the fumbling stage. Uh,
So Fumbo, what you're thinking about?
well, the Walders are there. Walders are fostering at Winterfell. Bran has been having wolf dreams. Because he's a baby green seer, maybe. Uh, and he's resentful that the Walders are there, and he can't walk. And the wolves apparently speak language. And Bran howls out the window one time. Is this a Branos theory?
No, unfortunately, not quite. Not. It will be important for another part of the theory, but it's not about Brannos.
Okay. Might be scared. Is Bran a werewolf?
No. But you're getting warmer. You're getting warmer with
Everyone is a werewolf but Bran.
No, no, unfortunately.
Old Nan is a werewolf.
Oh, I wish, but no.
Old Nan is time traveling Bran. Old Bran.
No. I'm gonna tell you that like I took this very long quote. just for a small part of it. But it's like it's
So
it.
you're telling me we transcribed half of Clash of Kings, and it's not even like the basis of the good, Zach. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're doing this. This is my favorite game.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you like it because I have 21 clues and a bonus round.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. I have not yet gotten a ding.
No, not yet.
When the direwolves howled, he could almost understand them. Is Bran a language savant?
No.
He speaks wolf.
Maybe he is, but it's not a part of the theory today. Maybe we could discuss wolf language another day. I would be since I know Portuguese, English, Japanese, and Spanish, I could discuss wolf language another day. I would be very interested to learn the language of wolves, but
Uh,
it's not part of the theory today.
yeah, as we discussed earlier, Zach, we both speak Spanish relatively poorly. We could record an entire video in Spanish.
Yeah,
Maybe not
but
today.
let's save that for the Cinco de Mayo.
Bueno, Cinco de Mayo. Pues, old Nan had told him, okay, so this is not about werewolves or foreign languages or Branos or the phrase. The reeds are there
Okay.
later.
Focus on what Bran is talking about.
He's
You're gonna
talking
get a
about
ding.
wolves.
Yeah.
Okay. A singing in a language he forgot the link. Bran used to be a wolf. This is about reincarnation.
Not quite. Not
Uh
really, but I would dig that if
Bran
it
is
was.
going to eat the Walders.
Oh, I hope so, but no.
Okay. Brother to oh, is this about Rickon? You know, he's a shaggy dog and Summer is the
Nope.
brothers. It's just
Nope.
called Two Brothers.
It's about brothers. It's about family, but you're not quite there yet.
Okay. Is this about the ghost of Lady, the Sansa's dog?
No.
Okay. Well, Ghost is at the wall with Jon Snow. Jon is Bran's brother, and Jon also has a direwolf. Uh, Nymeria is somewhere, possibly, likely, definitely has rabies. Does Summer have rabies?
I hope not. Would you like me to deal you a card?
Yes, Zach, I would like a card.
Would you like to pick a number, or you want me
Just,
to get my dice?
close your eyes and point.
Okay, so let's do um okay, I'm gonna do let's start. Number 4. Starks often have the wolf blood, a personality trait linked to impulsivity.
The slow. Hold on. Starks often have a personality trait. So keep going.
The wolf blood. They call it the wolf blood. You can write it however you prefer, but basically it's about like being impulsivity, having an adventurous spirit, and a wild nature. Ned talks about his brothers, his siblings, Brandon
Yeah,
and Lyanna.
Brandon and Lyanna have the wolf
Yeah.
blood. Yeah,
So we know that Brandon was confident and had a way with the ladies. He slept around, and there are people that
with Barbary
think that,
Dustin.
yeah, there are people that think that impregnated Ashara. So we don't know that, but probably he,
And their
got
child is
some,
Dario.
maybe, I don't know,
That's
but
why
not,
people
that's
think
not,
Benjen is Dario, because Dario is actually Benjen's nephew. Confirmed. You heard it first here, folks, on Interesting Nerd Club.
yeah.
Uh,
So
Sorry,
yeah,
Zach, what were you saying?
he slept around with a lot of women. And he was a fuckboy. And Liana is said like to be a tomboy. She liked her favorite activities was riding horses. People would say like she was half a horse herself.
Oh, okay,
Though
so Bran is a werewolf and Lyanna is a werehorse.
that's called a centaur, but no, she's not.
No, this is a
Um,
half a horse. I'm saying she turns into a horse. We're
no,
gonna play semantics today, Zach, because I have two clues and no idea what's going on.
So yeah, I'm basically wolf blood, like the personality trait that the Starks have in their family, like that appears from time to time. Usually is like about impulsivity and having a wild spirit. Both Brandon and Lyanna have it, and Ned tells Arya that Arya has the wolf blood, just like Lyanna. He compares her to Lyanna, and he like allows her to use needle, but he says that that impulsivity, that adventure spirit, is can be a problem. Like can cause people to die
Oh,
early.
and that's why Rickon is gonna die on Skagos, because like Rickon is like kind of feral at this point, or like
Yeah, yeah,
where we left
probably.
off. Davos is. I'm groping for dings again. Was that all the clue for that one about the wolf
Yeah,
blood?
yeah. It's about the wolf blood and people that have those traits.
Okay.
But
All right, so we got this wolf language and wolf blood, and Rickon is a wild boy with Shaggy Dog on Skagos. Davos is on
yeah,
his way to
but
Skagos.
yeah,
It
but
is
like
okay.
the thing is that Arya is the one who is specifically told that she has the wildness in her. She has the wolf blood. That she reminds Ned of Lyanna.
Of his werehorse sister. Got it. Okay,
Yeah,
so Arya is in Bravos, training to be a faceless man. Arya is killing people in Bravos. She's joining mummers, and she sees through the eyes of a cat, and that's how she gets her vision back, because she tells the kindly man, like, "Hey, I know it's you," because she saw Arya is still having wolf dreams over in Bravos. Arya's wolf is the one running wild through the Riverlands. Arya kills all the Freys in the Bad Dragon show. Bad Dragon, if you're listening, we would appreciate the sponsorship. Uh, None of it? Okay.
nope, nope. You're barking at the wrong tree.
Okay. This is a brother's. Arya's a boy.
Nope.
No.
But she
Okay.
can be if she decides that
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
she
yeah.
wants.
Yes,
I
yes,
stand.
yes. Rob is still alive at this point in the story. Uh, and Rob's head gets cut off and replaced with Grey Wind's head. And so
Which is
maybe
not a pogger's move.
Rob survives and becomes a like a reverse centaur wolf, so he could
Nope.
talk to Bran. Okay.
No.
Uh, what else? Where do wolves go?
Well, I sure hope we figure that out. But
They are the
uh,
first dire wolves to be seen south of the wall in a century. Still no ding. All right,
no.
deal me another card. I have no idea what you're getting at here, Zach.
Okay, so let me see which one would be a good. Um, hmm.
Is this like a
Okay,
multi-part
this is
thing?
yeah. It's going to you have like to go through. You have to understand the parts of it to understand where I'm going with it. It's gonna be
Oh,
very
okay, so
confusing at
there's
first.
an
I
underlying premise. Okay.
yeah. Um,
Okay.
but let's do it. Fire and Blood is written in a way that makes you question the truth of historical events. And because who wrote it could be manipulating the facts to fulfill their own agenda.
Okay. So Fire and Blood is written like a history book, and uh yeah, yeah, okay. Okay. Uh so maybe what you're getting at here, Zach, is that the things that we are told about the Starks are maybe not accurate. Like, maybe Lyanna having wolf blood is not metaphorical. Like She literally drank wolf blood. Was Lyanna a wolf vampire?
No, but that would be metal.
Yeah.
No, it's not about whether it's lying about the Starks, but people that the Starks have connections to
like the
in
Boltons.
other way. No.
Because the Boltons are people vampires. That's another theory for another day. Come back to the Interesting Nerd Club, everybody. We have friends. Let's see. Okay, so it's not. It's the people. The others. So the history records are inaccurate about the others.
Well, the others are a part of the theory in a way. So,
Are
what do
the
we know about
wolves
the others?
spying on Bran for the Night King?
What do we know about
What? The others
wh-
come when it's cold and they ride ice spiders.
yeah, but what is said, like what is one of the expectations for what's gonna happen with the White Walker plot? What's like the thing that
Oh.
most people like to talk
When
about?
did we become most people? Because we like the idea that the other blood got turned into a sword and or poison.
Yeah, but this is
I mean,
a
I'm fine if you want to
this
say that
is a
we're
more
most people. We can be most people.
yeah, but I'm going like with the more broad idea of how it's gonna end based on and I think that would be a good tip.
Oh,
Not
like
only
Arya does the
not
wishy
only
switchy knife trick.
uh what?
Or Arya kills the Night King in the Bad Dragon show. Is that a ding?
No, it's it's not. But it's not about the bad dragon show. It's about the good dragon show. What the
Oh, the
good dragon show?
prophecy and Littlefinger's knife, and
Yes,
from my
yeah.
blood comes the
So
prince who's
ding,
promised.
ding.
Thank God.
In the good dragon show, Viserys reveals to his daughter and appointed heir Rhaenyra that Aegon the First had a prophetic dream about the White Walkers. This knowledge was passed down to the heirs of the throne. So the dagger says, "From my blood come the prince that was promised, and his will be the song of ice and fire."
From my blood come the prince that was promised, and his will be the song of ice and fire. Oh, okay. Yeah. We like the good dragon show here. All right, all right.
Yeah, we like. We may have we have one tip pertaining to the bad dragon show, but we're gonna
Well, then
discuss it
we'll yeah.
when you get it.
You give me a chance here, Zach. All right. So, is this a so like we know Lyanna when she's dying and she's in her bed of blood
Hmm.
tells Ned, "Promise me, Ned," and that is leads some people to believe that John is the prince that was promised.
Dang.
Uh, oh, dope. Okay.
Dang, the bad dragon show confirmed R plus L equals J. And the creatures known as D&D said that answering that Rhaegar and Lyanna were John's parents was like important to Germ. Even before the series started, like he only let them be producers of the series because they answered that Rhaegar and Lyanna were the parents of Jon Snow.
Yeah, he thought
So
they cared about the books enough to find
yeah,
that detail.
everyone makes
Okay.
mistakes. We're not we're not judging you, Germ.
Maybe a little bit, but yeah, no. We
Yeah,
we we love
I
we
only
love George R. R. Martin here.
yeah.
Okay, so R plus L equals J, and Lyanna and the bed of blood and the promise and come from my blood. Okay, so is this like a Kragan Stark? Uh, and who's Sarah Snow? Is that her name? Sarah means princess, I think.
Yeah, I was talking to Mandy from the Fandastra those days, and she told me that Sarah means princess,
Yeah,
and I
I
was very
just
interested. That I should really look up on some of the videos if she ever posts more than one, so she could tell me more about names. Maybe there's like hidden Blackfire plot in the names, of Illyrio and John Con and things of the sort.
Anything's possible. Although John Con is a fan nickname, but
Yeah, but maybe there's something there. You
okay.
can never
So
know. I learned that all the Tyrells are plants.
yes, just like all of the Saiyans in Dragon Ball Z are vegetables. The
Yeah,
Kakarot,
they're all food. It's like
Raditz,
yeah,
Raditz. Man is as strong as the Cyberman says what? But so Song of Ice and Fire. So
yeah, yeah.
so Kragan Stark has like a sister, daughter, niece, whatever she is, and Jacaerys Targaryen may or may not have like married her or slept with her or something. So the Starks may already have dragon blood from like Fire and Blood times.
So, talk to me about Jacaerys Targaryen.
So he is Rhaenyra's oldest son, purportedly a Velaryon, but he's clearly Harwin's son. I mean, there's some speculation from fans of the show that like maybe he's Kristen Cole's, but like he's pretty clearly Harwin's.
Yeah, but
Um,
what? How do we know that?
because he has dark hair and looks like Harwin. In the show, it's
Ding,
because he's white. In the
ding,
books, it's because of his hair and his nose.
ding,
Dang.
ding, ding, ding.
Okay. He has dark
Okay,
hair.
so
Oh, I
Valerian
see.
Valerian hair is either white, pale blonde, or silver. Darker hair.
Wait.
Wait, I am getting there.
Point of contention. I would like to talk about Rady's
I am
Valerian.
and I'm gonna
Okay.
talk about her. Wait a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay.
So Valerian hair is either white, pale blonde, or silver. Darker hair colors are only mentioned when the children have other houses in their lineage. So Rhaenys Velaryon was the daughter of Jocelyn Baratheon. So she had the black hair of her mother's house and the lilac eyes of Valerian. But we also have other examples, both trueborn and bastard. We have the strong boys that we just discussed, like Jacaerys and Lucerys. We have Bitter Steel. We have Daemon II Blackfire. We have Baelor Breakspear, and also we have Duncan Targaryen. All of them had both Valyrian heritage, but also dark hair because they had family members that had dark hair.
You know what's really interesting?
Huh.
And I'm going off on a tangent here, and Zach, I just need you to come along for this ride with me.
Let's go.
Aegon the Fifth married a Blackwood, right? And
Yes.
then uh, we're looking down the line. Like Jaehaerys married his sister, and then their two kids, Aerys and Rhaella, married each other, and then we get Rhaegar, Viserys, and Daenerys. So we've had two generations of sibling incest there. And you know Aegon the Fifth's wife presumably had dark hair, so it's interesting to me that all of the progeny of this coupling now have light hair. I mean, you'd think Daenerys, Viserys, one of them, since they're all technically half Blackwood. I mean, I don't want to get into the genetics of you know sibling incest, but uh,
No, please
maybe I'm
do.
barking up the wrong tree.
Please do.
Oh,
That's a part of our
great!
theory
Thank
today. Please
thank you,
do get
Zach.
it.
That's exactly what I wanted to do today, Zach. Thank you. Oh, gross. Okay. Uh, so so John has dark hair. Uh, assuming R plus L equals J, he gets dark hair from his mother. And we're wondering why, like between Aerys, Rhaella, Rhaegar, Viserys, and Daenerys, why all of them have the silver blonde hair if half of their genes are Blackwood.
No,
Okay.
it's not about the, let's say, current Targaryens. It's more about the family line, let's say so. And
Okay.
there is a bunch of incest in the family line of the Targaryens, and that's not my fault. That's George's fault.
That's true. We did choose to write this book, and audience, you chose to read these books, and you knew what you were signing up for. Welcome to the incest show.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but there is a series of books for teenagers. I've got to remember the name, but
We're gonna
uh,
need to
ma-
edit this out.
yeah, I think it's the Shadow Hunters books. If
Please do not
and
recommend incest books for children.
No, I
That's
am not
no.
recommending, but it was funny to me because I saw there was some drama in the book community for like
Okay,
youngsters,
audience,
and
audience. This is an official. We're not recommending this book, audience. Just to
we're
be
not
clear,
we're not
we're not
recommending.
recommending this
I
book.
haven't read it. I haven't read it, but I've seen videos of people like basically crucifying the author for implying that the main character was in an incestuous relationship with her brother, and I was, well,
I mean,
well.
if it is marketed toward young adults, but anyway, moving on. So, okay, so the lineage thing, and we got Jacaerys, and it is theorized that uh Aegon that none of Aegon's kids might have been his, and ugh, ugh.
Could have been, could have been. That is interesting, but
Okay,
it's it's about something else.
so it's about it. Is it or is it not about the bloodline and speculation about the Targaryens? Because I thought we just
It is.
established that, Zach.
It is about the Targaryens and it is about the Starks.
Okay, all right. We got
It's
Starks and
about both of
Targaryens.
them.
All
You
right,
want
all
me
right.
to deal you a card?
No, I don't. At this point I feel just hold on. Just okay. So there may be dragon eggs under Winterfell. There's hot springs under Winterfell. Good Queen Alysanne goes to Winterfell and then she goes to the Wall. Stop me when I touch on something here. Maegor was a zombie. Okay, yes, deal me a card.
Okay. Let me get one. Hmm. Let
Any card will do you.
any
Or number
card.
13
Okay.
if you haven't already dealt me 13. We'll do
Okay,
13.
13. Okay, this is an interesting one. It's gonna make you very confused though. Uh, good,
Great.
good Queen Alysanne
I said
convinces
good Queen Alysanne.
good Queen Alysanne convinces Alaric Stark to give up the new gifts lands to the Night's Watch.
I feel a little cheated, Zach.
I
I feel a little I feel a little like maybe that was a ding, but okay.
sorry. I can make it up for you. I can give you
Nope,
another
nope.
card if you
It's
want.
done. It's you've already betrayed me, and it's done.
Sorry.
Okay.
Uh
No. You don't apologize. We're all good. Okay. So okay, Alysanne about so is the gift the prince that was promised?
no, but it's related to the prophecy because you know the Night's Watch and
Okay,
their
so
they
the Night's Watch is Lightbringer,
no,
clearly.
we will discuss Lightbringer later.
Oh
The second
no.
part of this theory.
No, Zach, no. No, okay. Okay. So Alysanne and oh, okay, Alysanne took her dragon and she tried to go over the wall, but the dragon didn't want to fly over the wall. Presumably because the wall is like too magical for dragons to fly over.
No,
Okay. Alysanne uh got along really well with everybody in White Harbor.
no,
There are barrows uh in the north, and in Lord of the Rings there are barrow wights that are kind of like the wights in this book, and good Queen Alysanne inadvertently gave the others a bunch of extra zombies when they finally knocked on the wall.
no.
Oh, that would have been good though. We should do that theory. I'll do that
We
another
should do.
time.
We should do.
Just
Yeah, another
forget
time.
that you heard that, and we'll do it another time. Okay. Uh, hmm.
So talk to
Hmm.
me about good Queen Alysanne.
She established women's courts.
Yes.
She got married when she was like 12 or 13 to her brother. Uh,
Yes. And how was the relationship with her brother most of the time?
Most of the time they were pretty chill. Like it was just like a few times they had a big fight and she would ditch him. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah.
like they were very much in love. Like people tell the story of Jaehaerys and good Queen Alysanne, and that they
So
eloped to Dragonstone.
ding. George R. R. Martin says that good Queen Alysanne was the most trusted counselor and the right hand of Jaehaerys.
Hmm.
Also, as a bonus on this, not only that, but their father, Aenys, was known as like a person who basically uh, didn't see issues with sharing power with family members. That's he tried to have a good relationship with Maegor and gave him the sword and invited him to rule together. So there was it's a thing that it seems to be like that's a opinion part of me. Like I feel like Aenys also played a role in being like you two you people we are family and we should work out things, but
Or-
that's more of opinion piece. So the
Yeah, that's
important
the
part, that's the
yeah.
important part, is that Alysanne and Jaehaerys, they shared stuff, and Alysanne was his trusted counselor and his right hand.
Oh, I see. Okay. 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 I see where you're going now. So this has been a question since the Good Dragon show revealed the thing about the knife, right? Of how did Aegon or how did Jaehaerys learn about the prophecy? So, and just let me riff here for a second, Zach. If so, we have Aegon. Aegon presumably tells Aenys. It doesn't matter if he tells Maegor because Maegor doesn't ultimately reproduce. And so Aenys would have told his son Aegon because Aegon was the eldest male and supposed to inherit, and Aegon marries Rhaena. But Aegon dies before he sees Jaehaerys again. So, would Rhaena have told Jaehaerys? Maybe. Uh, but so presumably, if Jaehaerys knew about the prophecy, if he really did trust Alysanne that much, he would have told Alysanne and that's why she did the gift.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it.
Yay.
Yeah, you're getting somewhere. um do we have like any other um hints of that that are related to the prophecy and the Targaryens and the Starks? Do you have any
I
other
mean, well,
things in the books
uh,
that tell
yeah,
about that?
yeah. So in it's either Feast for Crows or Dance of Dragons. Maester Aemon tells John to read that chapter in the Jade Compendium about the prince that was promised.
Hmm. And
I mean that is a thing that happened. It may not be on the list, but I'm not wrong.
you're not
Let's see.
wrong. Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Let's see. And so again in the show, we think Rhaenyra may have told Jace before she went into labor to have the baby Visenya, because Rhaenyra knows better than most people that women die in childbirth, and so she wanted to tell her heir, before she went to have the baby.
Yeah, it's not that,
Because I
but
was like, and then Jace would have known, and oh, haven't we've talked about this before? That like, uh, Jace learns about the prophecy while he's at Winterfell and comes back, and he's like, "Mom, why didn't you tell me?"
yeah, it would be interesting to see that, but that's not
Yeah.
part of the
Oh,
theory today.
the king who knelt. Uh,
Yeah, ding.
yay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so
So,
Torrhen Stark, he talked to Aegon the Conqueror, and there is a theory that Aegon told the king who knelt about the prophecy, and that's why Torrhen knelt, and he realized that it would be like a important thing to do, like it was a big deal with the White Walkers, and
well, and also not letting his men get toasted like
yeah,
at the field of fire, but whatever,
also
whatever.
like whatever floats the boat.
Okay. Okay. we're getting some stuff here. We're getting some stuff on the board. Okay.
Yeah.
So we think we're alleging here that the Starks have known about this prophecy essentially since the conquest, and presumably the Starks have been passing this along as well.
Yeah, and
Uh,
what are Starks like, especially Ned Stark? But Starks are they have personality trait that they are very related to. Like people associate the Starks
being
most with the
honorable.
yeah. So
Yeah,
Starks are known to prioritize honor, or at least the appearance of honor, and they're good like with
honor is a
keeping.
horse.
Yeah, that would be a good name for a horse, or a sword. I would give honor as a name for a sword. Like I'm gonna,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah. So the Starks are known to prioritize honor, or at least the appearance of honor, and they are good with keeping secrets and fulfilling vows.
Okay.
So,
So they're not
uh,
gonna tell anybody.
if yeah, they prioritize the honor of people and their own most of all.
Yeah, and you said this isn't about like the current Starks, because like the next thought that I had, Zach, and hear me out, is that Brandon and Rickard went down to King's Landing and were executed by Eris, right?
Yeah.
And so Brandon would have been the heir, and neither of them, would have told Ned before they left, because Brandon just like rushed off. Like even if Brandon knew, he wouldn't have been like, "Hey Ned, let me tell you about this prophecy before I go rescue dad." Uh,
Yeah, and our sister is missing.
yeah.
Yeah, so no,
So,
it's not about that, but that is a good point.
yeah. Okay.
You're not gonna care about ice zombies when your family is in crisis.
Unless the ice zombies are the ones putting your family in crisis, but point
Yeah,
taken.
yeah.
Point taken.
But
Okay. All right.
so yeah, what do you see in this board?
Uh,
Where are we going?
with prophecy, it's a wolf prophecy. I see prophecy, Targaryens, and wolves. Dragons and wolves are the
Okay.
same. They diverged from the same species, like
Mm,
whales. Dragons are
uh,
whales. Theory confirmed. You ever looked at a whale
what?
skeleton, Zach?
They're very red. Have you seen the how they're not teeth, but I don't know the names for the things that whales
Yeah.
have in their mouths. That's
Have
pretty
you
rad.
have you seen with the image, the artistic rendition of the when the whales were on land before they went back in the ocean, Zach?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well that's what we're doing later. Okay. Okay, so this is serious now. This is how the others are related to the drowned god.
I don't know how you got there, but it's a
Because
no.
wolves and whales are very closely related, Zach. Yeah. Okay, wait, is whale teeth a
Uh,
clue?
no,
Okay.
no, but sorry.
Alright, alright. Okay, so we got dragons, wolves, prophecies, and some dead people.
Would you
That sounds
like a
like most
card?
of the books. Yes, yes, please, Zach. I would like a card.
Would you like? Okay, so
Hey, give me one that will
uh,
help.
I'm going to give you the one with the longest quote because I'm feeling evil today. So
Just whatever pace you think you need to tell me at, go half
okay,
that.
okay. I'm not gonna say the whole quote because I'm feeling nice. So if there is a quote that is important in the first book, but it's more important to our theory today is quote, the seed is strong.
Oh no.
Most families in the Song of Ice and Fire, they have distinct genetic traits, both
Wait,
personality and
am I writing
appearance.
all of this down?
Whatever you want to write, like it's about genetics.
Okay,
Both
this
the
will be good. Yeah.
So we learn in the Game of Thrones that the seed is strong. That means that the characteristics are passed down through the bloodline, and they can hint someone's parentage So that's how Ned discovers the Lannister incest and, things of the sort. So yeah, we're talking about both appearance and personality traits.
Okay. Are you alleging are you alleging that there is wolf blood in the Targaryens
Ding.
from Oh, okay.
Okay,
Hi, this
so
is Preston Jacobs. We're probably wrong about half of it.
but we're having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, so that's something that he has speculated about in the genetics of dragons and war. You know that the Blackwoods have old gods, warg, wolf blood. Craig and Stark married a Blackwood. Um. So are you alleging that Alysanne cheated on Jaehaerys? Because I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that, Zach.
Ding.
All right. All right.
So, do you want me to explain this mess?
Well, okay. So
This is a
which
disaster.
would oh, is Sarah which
Mm.
okay, so which one of Alysanne's children is half, Stark then? Is it Sarah?
So, I am going to give you a bunch of hints, but because they're all part of it. So, first of all, Queen Alysanne goes to the north before Jaehaerys, and she spent quite some time there before he arrives. So her trip was planned in 58 AC. We don't know if it was in the beginning or at the end of the year.
Okay, well, the
Not we don't even know if the trip was in the same year that it was planned. We know that it was planned in 58, but we don't know if it happened that year. So, also knowing that Fire and Blood is a historical book with inaccuracies and biases, so you can do whatever you want with that. So, the Warden of the North was Alaric Stark. And he is said to be a hard man, unforgiving, humorless. But after she visited, he is recorded like not only having spent a lot of time with her and doing many activities, but also that he like cheered up, his personality changed a bit, and she's basically said that he was pleasant to be around.
Oh.
But you can notice how
You know
superficial the comments are. She says he is not an ill host, and that's all she said. That's suspiciously superficial.
Zach, as interesting as I think this theory is, I would like to point out that it is absolutely possible for men and women to be friends without
Yeah,
cheating on their spouses
but
together.
how do you tell me? How do you explain that from all the Valyrians that have no other family genetics included in them, only knowing that Jaehaerys and Alysanne are siblings with both very pale hair, how do they have a daughter with dark hair?
Which one is that?
Alyssa. Alyssa was born in 60 AC. Also, we don't know if it's at the beginning of the year or not. And
No.
quote unquote, let me tell, she is skinny, had a long face, and dirty blonde hair,
And the
often
two colored
tangled.
eyes.
Uh, wait a minute, wait a
Okay,
minute.
okay.
Who is skinny and has a long face? Arya Stark. Who
Presumably Liana.
yeah, also Lyanna, also skinny and long faced. Her hair is often tangled. Also traits that are both Lyanna and Arya. She was a skilled dragon rider and a good fighter. She humiliated her brothers in the matches, like tomboy. She was known to be wild, loved to ride her dragon, and had a high sex drive. Could be wolf blood. She is said to spend most of her time either in Dragonback or with her husband Balon. So we have a lot of emphasis on how much Alyssa was a wild child, how spontaneous she was, how she loved to ride, how she was always messy and with her tangled hair. Um, and yeah, she was born. She could be born exactly after like Alysanne went back, because we don't know if Alysanne was in the beginning of the year or in the end, and we don't know if Alysanne was born in the beginning or the end, and we also don't know if the trip happened in 58.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
could
yeah.
have
But
been
I'm
the
picking up what
timing.
you're laying down. I'm buying what you're selling.
So she has dark hair. She has she's the only
Yeah.
Targaryen to have dirty blonde, almost brown hair, and
Well,
she was supposed to have quote
Point
unquote.
of Zach, point of clarification. point of clarification, there is a big difference between like brown and like kind of sandy blonde. So if we're
Yeah,
going to be making this assertion, let's
yeah,
let's
but
be
nobody else has it. Like if you're gonna put a person with almost white hair, to have kids with someone with dark hair, you're gonna have somewhere in the middle, and that's
well,
prob you're gonna get something kind of in the middle. And there's nobody else. There's no other Valyrian with sandy hair. The only one is it's a blonde one, which it was, I think, a golden blonde one, but he had other families in the line.
yeah, but it, like
Alyssa
sandy
doesn't
blonde
have
and
it.
golden blonde are
Very different.
maybe I'm being too pedantic here, but yeah, like to me the Starks are described as having like dark hair.
Yeah,
Uh,
my assumption is that it's somewhere in the middle, where in between
okay, yeah,
regular
he had
Stark hair and
dirty
Valyrian hair.
blonde, dirty blonde tangled hair with a trait without a trace of silver. Okay, all right, we'll
Yeah.
we'll buy that.
So, and who was Alyssa Targaryen?
Uh, Daemon and Viserys' mother. Uh,
Yes. And who was Viserys?
Rhaenyra's dad.
Yeah.
He
So,
was the guy with the weird floppy hand disease
yeah,
from
not a
the
good
Good
time.
Dragon show. He was Patty Considine. We stand Patty Considine here on the
Yeah,
Interesting Nerd Club.
he should won all the awards for his acting. We stand.
Yes.
Uh,
Uh,
but who else has traits that are comparable to the wolf blood?
well, Daemon and Rhaenyra,
Yeah,
presumably.
both of them. Damon has yeah, Ding, by the way. Damon has a strong personality. He's very impulsive, and he was known as the Rogue Prince. It's sad that he was equally loved and hated. In the World of Ice and Fire, there's a quote that says that he was mercurial, quick to take offense, and that he was,
So
knighted
you're saying
very
Daemon is a Gemini?
probably. I would say he is a Gemini, but
Yeah,
uh,
come back another time where Zach and I assign star signs to all the characters from Song of
yeah,
Ice and Fire on a
I
planet
think
that's not in our solar system.
Mira and Mandy would agree that he has a lot of Aries influence. But
I'm not gonna speak for Mira, uh, but
yeah,
maybe they'll do a video on it.
yeah, we should discuss that with them. We should do a astrology podcast.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm a little worried my astronomer society might kick me out if I do that. But Zach, if you want to do that, you're welcome to do that without me.
Okay,
So
so
okay, so
uh,
we got Damon, we got Rhaenyra,
yeah, we have Damon and Rhaenyra.
and
Rhaenyra also has, if you go through by the hot D, you'll have some tomboyish, and you'll have the loving to ride. Also, like we know from, I think, Fire and Blood, that yeah, Fire and Blood says that she started to ride dragons at 7 years old, which is scary. Imagine like a 7 year old on top of a dragon. That doesn't seem like a
I mean, imagine anyone on top of a dragon. But
yeah,
yes,
but a
point
7 year
taken. Point taken.
this child shouldn't like even be able to like spell her own name. She was already riding a
What
dragon.
7? I don't know. I mean, I
I
was
don't know.
like running all over town at 7 in the town without a name where I grew up. But
Well,
okay,
yeah,
so Rhaenyra, we're alleging that Rhaenyra had the wolf blood. Uh,
Damon and Rhaenyra have the wolf blood, and they get married. Unfortunately for all of us and a lot of people,
yep, her funkle. Okay,
the
so
Funko.
they have
God.
kids. You're welcome. You're welcome for that, Zach. Yeah, so they have kids. They have Aegon 3 and Viserys 2.
So okay, we already went through like the genetics and the traits and the wolf blood and everything. But tell me, all the Targaryens that came after, they descended from them, right?
Presumably, yeah. Yeah.
So all the Targaryens after Daemon and Rhaenyra have not only ice and fire blood, but they all descend from, you know, in a broad way of speaking. If I mean, not considering that
Well,
people just can legitimize whoever they want, they all come from bastards. Therefore,
well,
all Targaryens are bastards. ATAB.
is that the theory, Zach?
That's the first part of the theory. Yes, all Targaryens are
Okay.
bastards. They all descend from a bastard. But they all also have ice and fire blood, which says that
Well,
if you want to believe that Daenerys is the prince that was promised, she has ice blood as well. She has Stark blood.
we started with that. She's also half Blackwood.
Yeah, but
So at this point,
more
we're alleging that the
specifically,
Targaryens are more Stark and Blackwood than they are Targaryen. I mean, which is great. I love that theory. Uh, okay. So so well,
so
hold on. So Viserys 2 had 2 sons. Or no. Aegon 3 had 2 sons. The one who went to war with Dorne and then Baelor the Blessed. Neither of them they both died without issue. And then Viserys 2 had Aegon 4. And Bittersteel and Daemon Blackfire put about the rumor that Daeron, the crown prince, was actually a bastard because Aegon IV's wife hated him and was sleeping with Aemon the Dragon Knight. Although I guess then genetically it'd be the same because Aemon and Aegon were brothers. Never mind. We're good. Okay. I just had to talk through that. So, so part one is that it's bastards all the way down. You know, like they might not really be Aegon's, that like Alyssa wasn't really Jaehaerys's, you
and all
know,
Targaryens are
Daeron.
bastards.
Huh?
No, sorry. I just like to say all Targaryens are bastards.
No, that's legit. Or were you saying that Rhaegar was Barristan Selmy's child? Because that would be hilarious.
No, but that's a theory for another day.
Okay,
That's
all right.
so. Uh,
Barristan. Anyway.
there are a bunch of questions that I could make about Alyssa itself, like whether Alysanne tried to hide it. Like she was a big supporter of Alyssa and Balon getting married. They liked each other, but you could also like serve the purpose of hiding her bastardy, and like if she had like other children and they didn't look Valerian because she didn't look Valerian after like I guess
Yeah.
like the age of 6. I don't remember exactly,
Yes.
but it's mentioned.
You've sold me on the Alyssa thing. You
Yeah.
know.
Also, like, I don't know if Alaric would actually, Alaric or Alysanne would do it because of the prophecy. I just think it's interesting that like the prophecy says like the Song of Ice and Fire and everything, but it could be not for cheating, but maybe Alysanne was a little bit obsessed with prophecy like Rhaegar. I don't know. Targs really like their prophecy. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
but
also
we
Jaehaerys
don't
was
get a
kind of a
lot
dick.
from yeah, we don't get a lot from Alisane's, you know, perspective. Like we would get some of her thoughts on, you know, raising the family and, you know, some of the law and
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's with all of this stuff, it's kind of anything is possible. We don't know that much about their personal lives.
Yeah,
You know,
we
so
don't.
I don't think it's a stretch. You know. And
So,
actually, and here's a thought. I like this. Uh George likes to undermine these tropes, right? And so we're told that Jaehaerys and Alysanne are like this storybook romance, and you know,
but
people
he was an
play it
asshole.
being right. They play it being Jaehaerys and Alysanne, and so it would undermine that fairy tale if Alysanne wasn't really in love with him once he became king, because it's pretty well established that after you become king, you become a jerk.
Exactly, and that is another point that I was thinking when I was writing this is that whether the Maesters had a clue about what was happening and that they like stretched the dates and like they were hiding that because Jaehaerys was such a supporter of the Maesters that they didn't want him to look like a cuck or like to badmouth Alysanne for her like good laws and everything. So or maybe they wanted to hide the information to use in another point, but also like is funny to me because we see a lot, mostly in the House of the Dragon show, that Alicent cares a lot about legitimacy, and it would be funny if she knew that her husband is the son of a bastard. But that is another thing. I
Yeah.
think a lot about the Maesters thing, like how they wrote the dates without giving, like, even if the trip happened in that year, if they came back in that year, how when the birth of Alyssa happened. So there's a lot of things that are, exclusively left out, and
Yeah.
that
And
makes.
here's another piece for your theory, Zach. Going back to Preston Jacobs, he lists out, all of the Targaryen women who could be dragon hatchers, right? And Alyssa, while she was, a prodigious dragon rider, based on the math and the timeline, Alyssa was not a dragon hatcher, which statistically isn't unreasonable. But that would make even more sense if she's only getting dragon rider genes from her mother.
Oh, that's interesting. I should look more into Preston's theories because I haven't seen their videos for a long time now. I
Yeah,
should.
so they're I like some more than others. I think he's very skilled at close readings. I really appreciate a lot of the observations, and the
Hmm.
genetics of Dragon and War in particular is really good if you haven't seen it.
I think
Um,
I've seen it, but a long time ago.
yeah,
I must say that this monstrosity all came from my mind. But now that we established that all Targaryens are bastards, let's talk prophecy and absurdity. This is the crack theory round. This is grab the tinfoil. This is gonna be absurd, and I'm so sorry for you.
oh no, is
Uh,
this okay? So if this is an alternate Daenerys parentage theory, I'm
no,
gonna leave and hope Captain Time shows up to help you with this because I'm not doing
no,
it, Zach. You can't make me do it.
no. I'm not gonna make you do it. Don't worry. But what other theories? What other prophecies we have?
Waking dragons from stone.
Yeah.
Uh, the stallion that mounts the world. This Sphinx is the riddle, not the Riddler. Is Joker a part of this? Is this Harley Quinn?
Oh, no.
No,
What?
no, no,
Why?
no, 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 no,
Why?
no, 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 no.
Okay, so I call this monstrosity the bastard who was promised. And it all starts with a bastard and it ends with a bastard. But okay. So I was talking about how Alyssa is a bastard and everyone comes from a bastard. So if you had the knowledge of that, you would realize that, sometimes legitimacy in that regard is not necessarily the most important thing, but that is like the weakest point in this theory, to be to
Uh,
be to be very honest with
is
you.
this the Mummer's dragon? Is this
Nope. But that
power is the
could
shadow on the wall?
yeah, that is a part of it. So that could be a part of it. So uh I am going to drop. I'm going to actually, like, because most of the theory itself, the video that we're doing today, is actually about just so I can say that Jaehaerys is a cuck, all Targaryens are bastards, and they all, the other Targaryens all came from Alyssa, who is a bastard, and it doesn't really matter. And that's the whole thing that we did. But I would like to pitch a stupid little thing called the bastard who was promised. Basically, um, I don't think Lightbringer is a sword. I think Lightbringer is it's a metaphor, and
Okay, all right.
I and we have seen many theories that Azor Ahai, which is like the prince was promised, the hero that comes to save the world, might not be a very cool guy.
Well,
Might,
yeah. I mean,
but I mean,
yeah.
so
Like, what does Lightbringer mean? Lightbringer means Venus, the morning star, Satan,
could be.
Lucifer mean yeah, no, okay.
Could
But
be,
yes,
but
yes, continue, sorry.
you can say that the person could be a demon in some ways, but anyways, so I think if you combine that with the dragon has three heads. Oh my god, this is such a crack theory. Why did I write this? I regret it. I regret it so much. So yeah, so Lightbringer is a sword that is tempered in water in a lion, and then in the breast of the wife of someone. And in the
Oh,
case is is
do
Nissa Nissa, the wife of the first Azor Ahai, but it's probably gonna be another lady now. Well,
Zach, do you want me to be writing this down?
if you want to, if you want to,
Well, no,
this
okay,
is the
all right, we'll
crack
write it down. We'll
round.
write it down.
This is
Okay, so Lightbringer was tempered 3 times, the water lion
so.
wife. Got it.
I think. I mean, I don't think I wrote this monstrosity, and that's about 3 situations that are going to temper Lightbringer, and it's not a specific thing to temper a sword, but to lay the ground for a new era. Lightbringer is a new era, and the new era will happen. First, we're gonna have something happen, something very dramatic happening in water. Could be the death of someone. There are a bunch of bastards called Waters, but that's I have a theory for that another day. We have tempering in the heart of a lion. We have a bunch of Lannisters around. Maybe it's the destruction of House Lannister, which is going to be the second happening. And the third happening is the killing of Nissa Nissa, or the wife of Azor Ahai. And I think that is going to be Dany, like the show, but not as we saw, you know. So we're gonna have the traumatic happening in water. We're gonna have the destruction of the Lannisters, probably. Maybe I don't cannot say with 100% certainty that they're gonna be eradicated, but it would be funny after all they did with the reigns of Castamere. But yeah, so I think that the dragon has 3 heads. It's not about the people that are going to be Azor Ahai. I think they're gonna be part of the true Azor Ahai plan. I think they're
The
gonna be the
Azor
people
Ahai
that are going.
Chimera.
They're gonna be the people that gonna cause those events. And the last one is going to be Jon killing Dany, and that's when uh, Dany, the last actual Targaryen, will be dead. Jon will probably not want anything with it, or just gonna, stay with the Night's Watch, and probably is not going to be able to legitimize himself. But we don't know yet. But I don't think he's gonna end up in any position that is not in the Night's Watch. I don't believe that. But anyways, and we have the idea that it was always supposed that Bran would be the king in the end, like the show, but not in such a cool
It was cool in
way.
quotation marks there.
Yeah, cool in a way that Bran has control over himself. I mean,
Ah.
so what I am proposing to you,
Oh, is it Bloodraven is gonna take Brad's body?
yeah, and I call it Light Brynden.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So Light
Oh.
Brynden, the bastard who was promised, who is Azor Ahai, he is in a parallel with Aegon, that Aegon the Fifth, who
Oh.
was the dragon hatching,
This
who
is
was
the
the
dark
prince.
timeline where Merlin takes over Arthur's body because he decides Arthur is young.
So Aegon the
I
Fifth
don't like
was
it,
known.
Zach.
Aegon the Fifth was known as the prince who was an egg, and he hatched from his dragon egg in a way,
Hey,
like that's a metaphor
Bloodraven.
they use for him and the visions and everything. And Doria says that the dragons came from a second moon that was an egg. And the prophecy of Azor Ahai says that when Nissa Nissa dies, she screams and it hatches the moon. And if the moon hatches and the moon is an egg, and that's like the beginning of a new era. Also, that
Zach,
is what?
Zach, who has a moon on their sigils? Who's
Well,
and a
there's
hatching moon?
the hatching moon. I don't
You're
remember.
the moon and falcon of the errands.
Ooh,
So,
true.
yeah, so here we go. Here we go, Zach. Uh, Sweet Robin is the prince that was promised when Littlefinger Nissa Nissa'd Lysa out the moon door.
Oh my
Totally
god.
unrelated.
I Sweet Robin is going to warg Bloodraven, who's gonna warg Bran.
Yes, yes, because
It's
Sweet
it's
Robin,
a
he has a weirwood throne,
it's the
and we know that
warging
he has
centipede.
green dreams because he can hear Marillion. Yes, this is perfect. So Sweet Robin is warging, and he's a bastard too,
Yeah,
because
it's
he
it's
is
the
it's bastards all the way down, Zach. You did it. You cracked the code. We found the map on the Declaration of Independence, Zach. We did it. Song of Ice and Fire is solved.
Yeah, basically it's the new era starts. It's 1984, but it's Bloodraven warging Bran while he's being warged by Sweet Robin, I guess. And it all starts with Danny dying after the other events. And
Ah,
that's Bloodraven is the bastard who was promised, also known as Light Brynden.
okay. I
Also,
mean,
do
it
you
is
know that
horrifying.
this is horrifying, but also another thing, Bloodraven's symbol is a white dragon that breathes a red fire, and Lightbringer is a red fiery sword who was previously white.
And the
So
weirwoods are white trees with red leaves.
yeah,
This is it.
it's all connected. It's all connected.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh,
Dany,
I
who
love
was
it.
called the Moon by her first husband, dies, and there's no legitimate Targaryens anymore, quote unquote, because there
There
was
weren't any to
actually,
begin with.
yeah, there was never any legitimate, and there's the bastard who was promised, and Bloodraven may be a bit little sad because he wanted Targaryen restoration, maybe, but also he's happy because probably all the Blackfires are dead by then, and he finally, fucked up Varys' plans with the Blackfire thing, if you believe that. But yeah, that's my idea of the bastard who was promised. I am so sorry for everyone who has listened to this.
No, 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 no. It's like this is what the people come for. They come, they listen to us, the bullshit, and our crackpot theories. So no, this has been fantastic, Zach, and I'm really glad that we were able to solve this mystery together. I'm really glad that you put this together. As much as I kind of hate it, I also really love it. Uh,
Yeah, nobody wants to be observed and spied by, uh, Bloodraven using the body of a 6-year-old.
yeah, I mean,
Nobody wants that. I think we can all agree that is not a cool thing to think about. Yeah, it's not the ideal government that I want to see in the world,
yeah,
But
well, but it's it is Song of Ice and Fire, and I mean, ultimately, none of them are the ideal government. I mean, it's like, what a hot take. Monarchy is bad. Dun dun dun. But yeah, so I think we probably do need to get going because I wake up early. I know you can sleep in until whenever you want, Zach. But uh, please do smash that subscribe button, everybody. If you have enjoyed our batshit insane Alyssa Targaryen is a bastard, bastards all the way down. Brynden Rivers Bloodraven is the bastard who was promised. Thank you, Zach. If you enjoyed our nonsense, please do just demolish that subscribe button and leave a comment for us. Let us know how we did. Thank you so much, guys. Say goodnight, Zach.
good night.